Good morning, peeps. It's Duncan at Free as an Eagle. I just thought I'd do a quick little walk around. We're in the middle of a bunch of things here. Just me today. Beautiful day as usual. And I'm doing some of the cuts going up the face of the big dormer. That's been a pretty formidable project. We got the big triangle window in the other day. Had to set up 3 levels of staging to do that, and now I'm siding it. I'm working out through the south end, which we cleared. Now I threw it in the saw and cluttered it a little bit, but it's really pretty to look out and see the sun shining into this little overhung area that actually makes a great little work area. So right now I'm cutting some siding. These pieces are going up to the bottom of a window. I blew some dust all over this. I'm doing some of the trickier cuts where when you reach a window, you've got to come up under it and cut out for it. And the siding is kind of hard. It's pretty durable stuff, but it's hard and sometimes a little warpy. So I've been working on this. I'm going to just take a little walk through and you can see what I'm doing, what I've been doing. I've got all kinds of offcuts. The siding comes in 16 and I think 12-foot lengths. So I've been cutting different pieces as needed. I've got a bunch more trim made up. My son Carter's been doing a lot of the staining, which is great, and all kinds of wood. We've been using up this rack of wood. I've got one upstairs that's full, but this rack is getting near empty. So I bought enough wood and had him stain enough probably to do the whole place. I might even have some left over, which is pretty cool. And the other big project that we're on is the last actual build out is this little porch, which is an entry porch that's coming along. It's all framed except for the end wall, and we got plywood on half of it. So that's a nice thing to see happening. I'm going to just step out here and take a peek at a few things. So the dormers, every day's got a project of its own. So that dormer there, we had done the face of completely while we had staging up on that. That's going to get done soon. Those little triangle areas on either side, luckily, are fairly easy. You can cut the bottom piece where you've obviously got to start with the siding because it overlaps, and then you make these triangles, but you can kind of lay one against another. You don't have to measure every one. You can kind of follow the progression as you go along. And so this is looking at the roof that we have plywooded, and that all the windows are in that we have now. I was actually able to order the windows for the other end in the middle, which I don't have yet, but we did get that triangle up. And then the most daunting thing that was making me nervous, I was waking up at night thinking about how to get this other triangle up, and it is now in place, and it looks really pretty. I was up the other last few days. See if I can step out where I can video this. I don't know if I can. I will try. I'll walk down the hill a little bit. I love these little woods here. There's like a little stream going through there when it rains. And all right, if I look up from here, okay, just banged into a tree here, so you can't really see it because of the staging, but I'll zoom up into this little place. So we actually pulled a window up with ropes and pulleys and placed it up there and used that staging to install it. We actually built out a temporary floor right to the building to be able to carry that safely and set it in the opening. And the lower windows, you can see I'm actually almost up to those windows. That's a piece of wood I'm working on now. It's the one that's going to come up under that window. So yeah, yesterday and today, pretty much trying to get the siding on the face of this guy, and it's coming along good. I've become a master contortionist, kind of leaning out from in that staging and working through it. It's a little more difficult than it looks. Right now it looks like pretty siding, but getting it in there and piloting it and nailing it all, it's hard enough wood. I found the best policy is just a drill with a small bit through. For every nail that goes in there, there's a little hole I drill, and then the nail will go through with less chance of getting bent. So right now I'm making the last pieces for up under those windows, and then the side little pieces are actually easy when you run those up. They're small. So I'm going to get those up there, and then when I reach the top of those windows, I'm going to have to dismantle that staging up on the high end. I'll be done with it by then. So I will disconnect and toss off all of that and lower the staging down with rope and get it down to the point where I have just one level. I've got to do a little bit of caulking they tell you to do with a clear sealant where the wood meets the windows, and I'll keep weather out. So in the interest of making this completely, or as completely as possible, weather tight and low maintenance, I'm following the instructions. So I'm caulking and sealing anywhere I need to with a very good product that lasts many years. And hopefully this will look as pretty as it does now for a long time to come. That's the goal. So that's a quick catch up on what I'm doing today and have been doing the last few days. It's Wednesday. I think I've got my son-in-law, my brother coming back up. We're going to try to tie this porch up in terms of getting the rest of the plywood on and starting the roof. And then this front little wall I might get to in the next couple of days. Tomorrow I'm going to try to frame the end wall here, so we'll be able to get a door in this soon. But it's going to look pretty. We'll have a door that's centered out here. I'm going to let my wife pick the door out. She's wanting to be the style person other than I'm kind of handling the exterior rustic look, and she's going to handle the interior inhabitable look. We made a deal about that. So anyway, beautiful day. Talk to you again soon. Enjoy the week. Take care.